They ever fantasize being with their friends? I fantasize about being alone. Yes, you're a sweetheart for finding the joy in friendship. Nope. Head empty. Dissociation is no joke. I don't really have friends, so I can't say that I do. Don't let Reddit get you down. I 100% do this. The worst part is that I'm over 40 now, and half the time if my friends want to go do something, I'd rather stay home. Doesn't mean I don't miss/love my friends though. What do you think of the idea law enforcement receiving heavier sentences? This is crimes they commit when off the clock. Or crimes they commit while doing their job, like stealing from people while in uniform or raping women that they are arresting? #X200B, if you mean the former. I don't think it's necessary to punish them anymore because of their job. #X200B, if you mean while they are doing their job. I actually think that's kind of a good idea. But right now they most often get lighter or even no punishment for crimes committed in the line of duty. So we are really far away from it being a more serious sentence than normal. No, I disagree. Police officers need to make split-second decisions. If you make the wrong one, it could either get you killed or put in jail. That's shitty. With higher sentences you will see crime rise and people would be even more reluctant to join the police force. The rise in crime will come from police not doing their job so they don't risk making that wrong choice. When it's your family's life on the line, you won't want a police officer to second-guess himself giving the criminal time to hurt you or your family. People don't really learn until there are personal consequences. A department can have policies to be violent, for example. But if the officer himself doesn't want to get in trouble, he will hesitate. Today's cops know their own will cover up and stick up for them, and that's why they do their violence. When sentencing, I do think that being a member of law enforcement should be considered an aggravating factor that the judge should consider alongside other aggravating and mitigating factors. I also think it should be something that the jury, in countries where this is used, should have to take into account and give higher weight against the defendant. Because I do agree that we should be holding police officers to a higher standard. What happens if you refuse to pay for a deceased family member's medical bill? Nothing. They are dead, it's no one's responsibility except the dead person's. A credit company might come after the estate of that dead person depending on the amount. Depends on the details, but in general, nothing. If you don't claim the body, they stay in the morgue. Not exactly what you asked, but interesting. You aren't responsible for the medical bills. Their estate is. In the USA, debts are paid by the estate. Whatever is left over belongs to the heirs. However, if you signed a form for your aunt as she was admitted to the hospital stating you would be responsible for her hospital-incurred debts, you have a huge problem. Never sign any form for another adult except your spouse. The medical bills are usually paid from the estate. Whoever inherits the estate also inherits the bills. This is simply because the estate is everything and quat. As invaluable stuff and as well debts and unpaid bills. And quat. Here in Germany you can declare that you do not want to inherit. That way you are not responsible for any debt, and so, bills. But also do not receive anything else. If the executors are nice, they still let you keep some items with emotional value. Creditors try to manipulate family members into paying the bills. They try to set up payment plans, and if you stop paying they try to make you feel responsible for paying the debt. However, the estate is responsible and no one is the estate. The estate is a legal entity. A relative can become the executor of the estate. The executor may settle the estate through probate court, but no relatives are responsible for the debt. Creditors can sell the assets of the deceased to pay for the debts such as houses, vehicles, boats and investments. What do roaches smell like? Stale grease. I saw the same comment and have the same question. Your sister's crotch in the morning. Sorta like dirty fryer oil. Dirt. And faint ozone kinda. Something like that. The house I bought has roaches. I found their main entrance and had to clean up an insane amount of feces near it. To me it was musty and mildewy. Before I realized it was a roach highway. I thought it was just mold. People more experienced could probably differentiate, but to me it's just like the musk of a moist area harboring growth and maybe some hints of body odor. Like something you want to exterminate. Like greasy fries made from crushed dreams tossed in a gym bag. Giphy vertical bar xinf zo RC7 THW vertical bar downsized. It's colder outside when it's dark. I hate roaches with all my soul. I can tell there is a roach in the room by the smell. The smell is strong, but I can't describe it. It's just disgusting cockroach smell and quat. I was sleeping once on a living room in one of my friend's house and one of these motherfuckers was walking trough my neck. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a spider or something like that. So I woke up and catch it and threw it to a wall. Then I realized it was a roach. It left a smell on my hand. But I can't really describe it. But I remember it smelling very similar to recently cut grass. Or some sort of plant. Like when you cut off some leaves of a tree. It was not unpleasant. But it was weird for that insect would smell like that. I've never again been in that situation or smelled the same thing anywhere. But I'd recognize it again if I bumped with it. I've never been in a kitchen that smelled like that though. People who poop every morning as part of the morning routine. What's your secret? Get a poop stool. Pun intended. It's about 6 to 8 inches high, and as you sit on the toilet, put your feet on it to raise your knees up towards your chest. The closer your feet are to the toilet, the better it works. Something about the position facilitates movement. This is why the Japanese traditionally have toilets where they just crouch down into a squat. It's a much more natural way to poop. Western toilets are somewhat unnatural and probably were invented out of monarchy envy. Thus the term thrown as slang for toilet. Taking a bulk fiber supplement daily, psyllium husk. The ones with probiotics aren't bad either, but I don't think they're for everyone. They made my stomach more upset. I've read somewhere that a large percentage of the population doesn't get enough fiber in their diet, something like greater than 70%. I've never had to struggle to go a day in my life since. The day before. 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar 10 to 15 minutes before meals, not after. It can slow digestion. 2. Fiber-rich diet, especially mixed green salad at lunch. 3. Healthy food, fruits and vegetables. Avoid overly processed food. It's harder to digest. 4. Fiber supplement at lunch. I find it doesn't work as well if I have it after dinner. 5. Plenty of water throughout the day. The day of. 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar 10 to 15 minutes before breakfast. 2. Breakfast to jumpstart your digestive system. 3. Coffee. 4. A glass of water. I have a satisfying poop every single morning following these steps. Hydration is one of the biggest factors considering your poop is mostly water.